What's going on, guys? My name is Steve Dolan. I'm the owner of Steed's Tech. I build advanced VGT controllers. And today I'm going to do a review on a company down in Florida called Xtreme Diesel LLC. They're located in Ocala. Now, this isn't to be confused with Xtreme Diesel. The actual big name company you find was Nevada. Where else did you say they were, Kristen?
They're in Nevada and New Jersey.
Yeah, Nevada, New Jersey. The actual XDP that you normally would Google, this isn't them. This is just another spin-off company that uses their branding essentially with a different spin to it. So, a little short story. A few months ago, I started looking for a company that can, I wanted a machine shop that can just drop the motor off, walk away, come back, have a long block. I called a few machine shops down in Florida, and they all recommended Xtreme Diesel in Ocala. So I was like, all right, cool, well, a couple machine shops, they all recommend this guy. So, well, I get a hold of that guy, start emailing him on Facebook. He says he doesn't have a machine shop, he outsources, surprisingly. And it kind of turned me off. Okay, I'm done, I don't really want to deal with it. But I told him who I was, that I build advanced VGT controllers, and about a month or two later, he emailed me back and asked me about getting one. So I was like, hey, so you want one of my controllers? They're $750. Let's go ahead and do some bartering. I'll give you one of my controllers, you build my motor. So roughly June 22nd, I believe, I drove down there 250 miles down to Ocala. I dropped off my motor and, of course, all my parts. It's been 4 months. I finally got my motor back today. I mentioned it. Finally got my motor back today. I had to make 3 trips down there to harass him, had to threaten to sue him to finally get it back. Now I have audio of talking to him on the phone. I have my email, Facebook messages, and my text messages. Now he's had this motor supposedly complete for a month. So I came back from school on the 23rd of September. I talked to him on the 22nd of September. He said the motor was almost done. He had to refly cut the pistons because the specs I gave him weren't correct, even though I didn't give him specs, I gave him a cam, is what he wanted. So the cam somehow couldn't get the correct specs to fly cut the pistons. So, but it'll be ready on the 26th, which was that Monday. So it's like, cool, I'm gonna leave my house at 5 in the morning, drive down there, pick up the engine. 15 minutes from the shop, don't come, engine's not ready. Again, engine's not ready, but it will be. So he says he'll bring it up to me, which of course over a month didn't happen. But so here we are. So I'm over at Drury Diesel in Jessup, Georgia, with the owner Tristan. So we are going to pull apart the motor and see how well of a job he actually did. Now, as you can see behind me, these are the parts that are actually supposed to be in this motor. So I don't know how he could tell me for the last month that the motor was complete and assembled, and that he just couldn't get it to me for whatever reason. Every time there's always an excuse. And if you actually go on Google, type in Xtreme Diesel LLC, Ocala, you will see every customer that pretty much made a comment always comes to the same conclusion. Excuses, never delivers, huge reasons why. So the first time he couldn't deliver, he had to go to emergency room. Okay, people have problems. Some other times he couldn't deliver for whatever reason. He actually supposedly came all the way about 2 hours from my house and then quit talking for 36 hours because his transmission blew up, which is really funny because you're a diesel shop and your transmission, your truck blew up, but then you paid someone else to repair it. So that's really interesting. But yeah, so kind of chasing a rabbit. So again, we're just going to start pulling parts off. We're looking at it. Now, if this is done right, there will be dual valve springs that I got from Mac Spool. There is supposedly fly cut pistons in here, also the rods. Also, supposedly I gave him the wrong pistons and the wrong rods when all B-series motors have the same diameter and the same length rod. So that kind of made me do the over for a little bit. There's also head studs on here, even though there's bolts. And when I inquired about that, he said, I didn't know you wanted them on, but he had a box of my head studs, courtesy of Tristan. And yeah, so it's really interesting how this guy does business. So just to forewarn everyone, I just want to make this review of my experience with this company. Again, not to be confused with the real Xtreme Diesel performance. And hopefully you guys check it out. Facebook messages to show how this deal was supposed to go down. And like I said, I do have audio recording of him actually stating the engine's ready and his excuses. Just like this morning, so I left work at 11 today to drive all the way down and pick it up. And I got back up here, I think it was almost 10 o'clock. And this morning, 9 o'clock before I left, I called him. And he said, "Oh, really? You're coming down here?" I was just about to walk out the door. I told him at 11:30, "Hey, I'm on the road." He's like, "Cool, I'll take off in 15 minutes. Surprisingly, because I thought he was just leaving. And then about 100 miles out from Ocala, he says, "Hey, you might as well just come all the way down. My strap broke," which, you know, I don't really see a lot of ratchet straps breaking in the back of the pickup. His ratchet strap broke, he hit a train track, coincidentally, and the engine slid, and it cracked the front gear case. So he has a buddy that's an awesome TIG welder, and he's going to TIG weld it for me, and so, you know, it's good to go. The problem is, I never gave him the front gear case. My front gear case is sitting in my garage door. So this whole deal, I believe, was just a ruse to sit there and say, "Okay, go ahead and keep it, I'll come back again." But like I said, I already drove down there 3 times, not counting the first time to drop the stuff off. So you figure 250 miles one way. Just this week alone, I have 1,000 miles going there and back. And then the first time I went there, well, the second time I went there in 26, another 500, and then when I dropped it off. So I have roughly 2,000 miles just dropping this off and trying to get it back. And then that equates to, I don't know what, 30 hours, give or take, on the road. So that's a lot of time wasted over this. Just keep that in mind, how much time is wasted. So, as soon as Tristan's ready, we're going to start pulling it apart. So when I first got there, you know, you're kind of just looking at it. First thing I did, he had it up on the table, so I really couldn't see. So I wanted to put my fingers on the top, see if the valve cover was open, just to see if the studs are there. And of course, they're not. Put the engine's together. So at least you have these 2 bolts holding actually the rocker housing. So as you can see here, these are the stock valve springs. Right there, the Ferris springs are the ones Max spool sells. And these aren't out. But also there's a lot of flash rust on here that wasn't there when I dropped it off. There's also rust in the injector bores. Ready to grab the 18?
He's on the gun. Now this is the first time the head has been taken loose from the bolts on the block.
Okay.
No, there's scratches all on the head, the surface here.
So, as you can see, there's still scratches all inside the head. Yeah, so this head definitely wasn't taken to the machine shop. I put POR 15 engine enamel on here just to see how it holds up with the whole expectation of it going to the machine shop, of them hot tanking it, potentially acid dipping it, and of course, you know, just the tooling. I wanted to see how well it actually held up. You can tell the paint's still in relatively pristine condition. Got a flashlight?
Yes. Top of the box.
So that one's bent. All right, so now again, this engine is supposedly completely assembled and it's ready for me to pick up to finish so I can actually start it up. Now if you look in here, allegedly it's been to machine shop. Now to me, this does not look like it's been to machine shop. And actually looks like he bent my
Hole squirter.
Yep.
Piston squirter.
So for anyone that's interested in doing business with Xtreme Diesel LLC in Ocala, keep this in mind. This is, according to them, an assembled engine ready to be finished. Now, the owner's name is Michael Thomas. He was extremely agitated because I refused to walk away today without leaving with my engine. On Monday, I called him and told him I was either leaving with my engine or I was leaving with a court order from the county clerk's office to file suit. Oh yeah, I thought about pulling them out and see if it works. I want to use a 6.7 oil pump. That's what I thought about. Adding both of them, but I didn't want to lose too much oil pressure. So at least the crank was actually machined. So out of 4 months of waiting, so what do I actually have? I have a machined crank that was installed in a block with the noise dampener, with the head, and a valve cover and a rocker assembly. And the whole idea was to be a ruse to make me assume that the engine was almost done or complete, and to give me another ruse of just repairing my timing case just to accept it and come back in another week or another month, or potentially maybe at the end of the year, who knows. But,
At least you put the girdle on.
yeah, no shit, right?
Really?
I'm just saying I'll fuck with others.
And just to note, there is dirt all on the bottom end of this engine. Now, I know, obviously, I'm sure he would have cleaned it when he put it together, but I build performance engines for a living. You don't put it together where there's any kind of dirt. We actually have a clean room in the back with a air ventilation system we assemble all of our engines with. That is a major no-no. We're going to take the girdle off now. Like I said, this is the first time we've been in this since he got here. We got it mounted on the stand and got ready to do this review, so I'd be kind of surprised to see what we found. Whoops. At least the girdle was installed in the right direction, and he had the oil dipstick hole lined up with the detent in the girdle. The crankshaft, I just want to point that out right there. The rod bearings, the dirt on the rod bearing surfaces. Look at the dirt all on that right there. That is just, I'm sure, I can't speak for somebody else, but I would have never put this engine together in any kind of condition that it could have had that much dirt or debris floating around Now, apparently, Steve knows more on this. I just kind of heard, apparently he was riding around in the back of his truck for like a month without an oil pan on it, so.
So if the story was true, this guy, he can, Michael, if you wanted to, you can just follow this guy around. If you want to build the world's best excuse book, this guy has one. He has one for everything. Like I said, this motor allegedly is complete. My rods are installed, my head studs are on, my pistons are in, and according to him, according to Michael, this is a fly cut piston right out of the box. So there's absolutely no fly cuts in this piston.
Wow, there's dirt all over the camshaft too.
I'm not sure the whole thing's going to be fine. So, for the last month, he's been telling me he picked it up from the machine shop, because again, he told me he's not the one that's actually assembling it, the machine shop is. And he's had it for a month, because I've been fighting for a month to get it back, and it's been sitting in the back of his truck, which I think is a bullshit story, but that's what he's been feeding me.
Wow, okay. Just gonna point this at the camera here. Notice the drag lines already in the bearing, and notice all the dirt particles. Now, you see, I just pulled that off. We're gonna have to put new bearings in the bottom end of this engine before it can start.
Same thing with this one?
Dirt, 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 dirt. Yours didn't have a big drag line like that one does, but. And to be honest, he at least got the order correct because the numbers are stamped on the bearing caps. That's a big hunk of dirt. Drag marks, check that. Oh, that one's worse. You can't even use that bearing. Check out the middle.
You can feel that.
Okay, check that out. Check out the middle there. That is just horrible. I don't know if you can really see that because of the light, but
Is it chip?
that is horrible. Yep.
So, I don't know if you guys will be able to notice this, but I just pulled it right off. Right there.
Now, apparently, I was reading the box. These rod bearings he has are overboard, oversized. Is what I meant to say, not overboard. Apparently the crankshaft was also oversized bearings. We're going to pull one out in a minute and check it out, but that's what he told Steve. It's not looking too awesome. Yeah. I'll sit my hand down just to extend it straight up. Okay. These are 0.25 millimeter upper cleavite bearings, and here's a lower. To be honest, okay, there it is. Yeah, so they are oversized. I couldn't, even the crankshaft is indicated 10/1000ths ground off. And to be honest, I don't know why, because I seen the camshaft, or the crankshaft, before Steve took it to this fellow. And I own a performance machine shop, and I can tell you that the crankshaft looked fine. Probably just need a a nice polish, and it was good. The best thing to do is, you know, just grab them from the ass and just kind of whip it straight. Wow, oh my God, look at the dirt back there. Let me go get us some rags.
So this motor's supposed to have a Colt Stage 5 cam, which, good thing you didn't steal it.
According to the numbers, it is a Colt cam. Now, I haven't ran the numbers to see if it was a Colt Stage 5 cam, but it is a Colt cam.
So he didn't order this, by the way, so I bought this straight from Colt Cams and had it shipped down to him.
He did, however, lose the retainer for the
Yep.
front gear.
Oh, it's just not the clean.
Oh, definitely. Now, I'm going to detach the camera and I'm going to walk it over here and I'm going to show you the camshaft journals and the bearings there. Oh man.
These are, he didn't even replace these. These are the ones that are in there. According to him, it's all brand new bearings.
Yeah, they were all brand new bearings, apparently. Now let me show you the scarring on this. I don't know if the light's too bright. Maybe the light's just too bright. There you go. Okay, all that you see there is dirt. That's all scarring and dirt. It's like that through all the bearings. Dirt upon dirt upon dirt. See that dirt there? Now keep in mind he just pulled that camshaft out. I've lost the... Hold on just a second, I gotta get this thing back in view.
You see all the fuzz and stuff, so annoying. And this is 4 months. Supposedly, 4 months of work.
And check out this front bearing here. Now this was a bearing in question when he dropped it off. He had painted it because he said he needed new bearings. And he wanted them replaced, obviously. This bearing is definitely has some residue on it and some black looking paint, probably from the engine paint that he put on. This bearing was not replaced. There are spider webs in the push rod tubes. All kinds of fuzz in there. There's a bent oiler, piston oiler, which is not a real big major problem. You can just bend it back. It's just the fact that somebody put this together and said, hey, it's good to go. It's ready to machine. Oh, it's already machined, ready to crank up and drive. And I'm going to tell you, these cylinders right here, it doesn't have very good cross hatching in them. It really doesn't look like they have been honed at all.
No, that's the way it looked when it dropped off. The motor was assembled, but it was all ISB parts.
Yeah.
So for the most part, I got the motor back exactly how I dropped it off. I am missing some parts. I'm definitely missing 3
wrist pins.
Yeah, wrist pins. I can't think right now. Missing 3 wrist pins. I had a bag of extra bolts that, just bullshit. And small little things. It's nothing too major. I got all the big parts, which is really what I wanted. But I mean, the bottom line is this guy's a scam artist. He'll lie straight to your face. He'll lie, and tell you some more lies. I don't believe he actually had any real malice in play. I don't believe he was really trying to steal my stuff. I think he just takes off more than he can chew, more than what he's capable of doing, and then lie about his capabilities. So I definitely would beware, and if you need a diesel shot, I would go somewhere else. I would not go back to him. So I'm going to be talking to some lawyers, see what my options are, see if I can at least get something out for my wasted time and effort. But luckily, I got my buddy here, Tristan. Again, he's the owner of Drury Diesel here down in Jessup, so he's going to be helping me make what's wrong right.
We have a full line of performance machines, from line bore to CNC. We actually have 2 CNC. We have a 5-axis centroid, and we also have a vertical 4-axis. So we're definitely gonna get the pistons fly cut, get them done, and get everything done right. And I think we're gonna take a nice video and still shots and kind of make a collage during the process, so it can be justified and everybody can see how an engine should actually be put together. And a lot of people may, find this video and be like, oh, well, they're just bullshit and, whatever. You take this video and you let Drew Humphrey over at D&J Precision Machine see this, and I'm sure he'll tell you how an engine's supposed to go together, because they set the standard when it comes to performance machining.
So a little bit more about this. So a lot of people, so this looks like
Yeah, I've been trying to get my hands on a fucking Duramax for the good luck. Yeah, but they don't feel bad very often. Well, what I'm trying to do is, because they have the position sensor, then they have the solenoid. And I want to build a jig, so pressurize it, so I can actually incorporate it in my controller.
It uses the same solenoid as a
board?
Yeah.
Well, I need to have one, like an actual turbo, so when I'm pressurizing it,
so you can watch the veins?
yeah, so I can get it all programmed. I'll probably get like 20 people a month asking for one.
Part is a storage, but just give you.
This is fucking cool, dude.
Oh, yeah. So now you kind of know what I'm like.
Running ragged.
Yes. And then we got all this going on back here.
Then we're for 5.9 common rail.
Right. They didn't work.
So what piece are you saying broke off?
The front cover piece.
I didn't give you front cover.
Well, I thought it's yours. It wasn't machined for CP3?
No, that's why I grinded this down.
Oh, well, I put one on it. I thought it was yours.
Maybe you put it on it for fitment. I don't know.
Because
it wasn't mine.
I had to put it on before I did the cam and the crank gears.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I assumed maybe I had it. I don't know. I know I had some, but I thought it was yours because it was bead blasted aluminum.
No.
And then the other problem was the pistons were wrong.
Okay.
Didn't fit the rods, so I had to fix that. So I had to put different pistons in it. That's really about it. So when he's done doing that, I can put it this. Really, the only thing you'll have left to do is index the pump.
Now, see, I thought the CP3s you didn't have to index them. I thought they just pressurized.
I'm just used to saying that because I'm looking at a 4BD and it usually has a P pump and you have to index it.
Yeah, the P pumps and the VE pumps.
So the crank turned out good. Everything was good. You painted the back. Had to put new cam bearings in it. The back one.
Well, yeah, I wanted new bearings. The whole thing.
No, you have all new. I didn't know that. I can't remember. So,
yeah,
all new bearings.
Yeah, because so this motor originally it threw something because it was all rear gear, it's not front gear.
Right.
And something happened, and basically the gear shattered, and it just trashed the whole back side of the housing.
That explains a little bit. I saw a little damage in the bottom of the cylinders that I cleaned up.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
They probably went from the machine shop where you had it done at?
No, I didn't have no machine done to it. The only machine that happened to this motor since it came from the factory is whatever the fuck you did.
Oh.
I did that with the grinder.
You did this? Oh, well, good. Well, because I honed it out and cleaned it all up and all that. That explains it, because the cylinder walls looked really good.
Yeah, the
But then right at the bottom, there was like a little bit something. I'm like,
so I have a buddy up in West Virginia that after the fact, I found out they threw away a complete motor. And I was like, dude, I would have drove up and got it. I mean, it's completely assembled with the ECU, the pistons, the
Everything.
CP3, everything, 100%. And they just threw it for scrap. And what happens is that with for some reason Cummins, they just order a whole new motor. They
Yeah,
can
it's easier.
They can get a whole motor for $3,000 versus how many hours would you have?